It was very casual. We were just kind of walking off the field, and he was like, "So what you gonna do?" I said, "I'm gonna come back next year." He was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm excited. Let's go to Atlanta." And I was like, "Yes, sir. Let's make it happen."
Welcome to the Talkin Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. I love that conversation between Hendon Hooker and Josh Heupel. Let's go to Atlanta. Let's just make it happen. Two guys that bought in, two guys that believed during the offseason that they were going to go to Atlanta. They were going to go win an SEC championship, a national championship. Yeah, we all kind of laughed about it at the time. Do they truly believe it? Did we believe it? Here we are. The college football playoff rankings come out. Tennessee is the top ranked team in the country. I saw that Ben McKee tweeted out last night, said the last time Tennessee was ranked number one in the country, you guessed it, 1998. We're going to take a look at an article from VolQuest.com, a great little article that's got some good points that I want to get into and break down. But the bottom line is Tennessee is ranked number one in the country. Huge showdown coming up Saturday against the Georgia Bulldogs at 3:30. CBS kickoff. College game day is going to be on hand. Just another electric environment. Going to be a big test going on the road. They're going to black out the stadium. They're going to be hostile. They're going to make some noise, but Tennessee's going to be prepared. They're going to be ready to go. Before we get going, as always, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick. It's free. It's easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin Vols Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be a big one. Big show tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to kick things off with the Talkin Vols debut of the one and only Uncle Lou. Be here at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Should be a great show. But let's go in and jump into it, talk about it. Again, this is VolQuest.com, which is a pay site, but this is a free article. Some of the articles they put out are free. This was a good one. I wanted to spotlight some of the points that Grant Ramey makes in this article, and also encourage you to go check out VolQuest. They are offering a year-long membership for $1. $1, you get a year membership to VolQuest, all kinds of inside information, message boards, fun stuff like that. And this is not a paid ad. This is just, I've been a VolQuest member, paying customer for a long, long time. But this is a good article, again, from Grant Ramey. What Josh Heupel said about the Vols being ranked number one in the college football top 25. Let's take a look at it here. Man, just the way it opens is crazy enough. It took Josh Heupel just 21 career games at Tennessee to take his team to the top of the college football playoff top 25. That's where the Vols made their debut when the CFP selection committee released their first ranking Tuesday night. And I know we talk it to death, but it's the reality. Where this football team was at just 18 months ago. 18 months ago when Josh Heupel came in to where they're at now. There's nobody. There is nobody in this fan base. There's nobody. I don't even think the administration, maybe Josh Heupel. Maybe Josh Heupel's the only guy that believed, hey, I can get us there in 2 years. But here we are. Goes on to say Heupel was making an appearance on ESPN CFP Top 25 show. Said he never put a time frame on what has quickly turned into a rapid rebuild. Here's the quote. Says, I think that's one of the things that actually had our players buy into what we were doing. We never set a ceiling. Obviously, our guys' habits have allowed us to play really consistently here in the early part of the season. Ohio State was number 2, and Georgia, Tennessee's opponent on Saturday, came in at number 3. This is a quote from one of the College Football Playoff Selection Committee chair, Boo Corrigan. He said, when you look at the 3 teams, Tennessee, Ohio State, and Georgia, all 3 very good teams that the committee liked. I think the 2 Tennessee wins you're looking at are Alabama and LSU that really sealed it for Tennessee. And that's the beauty of the College Football Playoff ranking. It's looking at your resume. It's not looking at last year. It's not looking at roster. It's looking at last year. Goes on here to talk about the showdown with Georgia coming up on Saturday. Tennessee looking to break a 5-game losing streak. Goes on a little bit of a quote here from Josh Heupel. Says, for any offense that goes on the road, it's a little bit different in your communication. You got to be super efficient. You have to communicate extremely well. Obviously, you're going to be on a silent count. That's something that we use here at home as well. But it will be important for us to get the chains moving, stay ahead of things, and not let the crowd get into some of those third and long situations. Yeah, Tennessee needs to start fast, and we've talked about that early in the week here. The Vols need to start fast. They need to go score, maybe get a couple of stops, and see if they can quiet that crowd and then just get after Georgia. It's the same game plan week in, week out. Protect the football, get after the quarterback. That's why when we talk about recruiting in NIL, what's the priority? You want a quarterback, you want guys that can protect the quarterback, and you want guys that can get after the quarterback. Everything else will kind of work itself out. This is another good point from the article that we touched on briefly last night during the fan call-in show. Vols turning the corner on defense. Tennessee leads the SEC, and they're ranked 14th nationally with 16 forced turnovers. That's how you end up being the number one team in the country, because we know this offense they're gonna score. They're gonna get theirs. That's what Josh Heupel does. But we talked about Tim Banks. What was Tim Banks supposed to be when he got brought in here? We wanted an aggressive defensive coordinator that was going to try to force turnovers, and that's how you flip a game. When your offense is scoring 50 points a game, it doesn't matter how many yards the defense gives up. I don't care if AR throws for 350 yards. It does not matter. If you force a few turnovers, you get a couple of free possessions. That's how Tennessee sits at the top of college football. It goes on to say the Vols also have 9 interceptions, leading the conference, while ranked 22nd nationally. Kentucky quarterback Will Levis was picked off 3 times in the 44-6 loss at Neyland Stadium. Again, that's the Tennessee boat raced Kentucky. Made them, with Kentucky's daddy. That's why we sell the T-shirt. Says the Wildcats had just 6 total yards in the third quarter and were held to just 205 total yards. Quote from Heupel, "We'll be great as we continue to build this. 2 years ago, we were hit heavy by the transfer portal when I was hired. We've continued to build our roster on that side of it, and we really believe in where we're going. I got a great defensive coordinator in Tim Banks, great staff. Our players have really bought in. Year 2 in our system, where they have a much better understanding of our schemes, but they're continuing to develop fundamentally, and we're continuing to get better throughout the course of the season. We've been hit by the injury bug, but in the back end here in the first half of the season, but we really feel like this week will be as healthy as we've been in a long time." I've seen people saying that Tennessee maybe peaked too early. They peaked too early with the win over Alabama. But this football team, I think, is starting to peak right now. We saw it with the defense. We see it right there with Josh Heupel's quote talking about getting healthy. I think they're going to give Georgia a football game on Saturday. We'll see. We'll see how they show up. This is what I love. This might be my favorite part of the article. Heupel wants Vols to embrace it as number one team. So many times you hear shut out, block out, ignore the noise, ignore the outside noise. People come on here and yell at me for not saying the right thing, as if I'm supposed to just feed some type of agenda to listeners or players or recruit. I get on here and talk, guys. I give my opinion, right, wrong, or indifferent. So we talk about blocking out the outside noise. Here's the quote from Heupel. "We didn't know where we would be ranked, but we figured we would be somewhere near the top. At the end of the day, one of the things that our players have done here is we've tried to enjoy the journey. Take moments to pause and reflect and enjoy what our players have built here. They've built this. 3 years ago, it didn't look like this, but this is a proud tradition, a massive fan base that loves the Power T. They're excited about the way players are playing. Embrace it. They understand the reason we're in this situation because the way we prepare, the way we practice, then we go play for each other on game day. It's going to be the same message this Saturday. Embrace it. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the journey." I love that Josh Heupel says that when he talks about running through the tee, when he talks about the Vol Walk on some of these big electric games like the Florida game, the Alabama game. So many people act like you're supposed to put on blinders and not enjoy where you're at, the journey. It's not always about the destination. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the ride. And I love that Coach Heupel preaches that to these football players. Enjoy it. Embrace it. They talk about it. Hey, there's a good chance we're going to be ranked number 1 in the country. How are you going to respond to that? Embrace it. Go take care of business on Saturday against Georgia. Go prove that you're the number 1 team in the country. You look at these rosters on paper, and yeah, the college football playoff ranking says Tennessee's the best team in the country. A lot of people say they're not. A lot of people say Georgia's the better team. Outside of a couple position groups, I think Hendon Hooker's a better quarterback than Stetson Bennett. I think Jalen Hyatt's the best wide receiver in college football. Cedric Tillman might be the second best wide receiver in college football. Outside of that, you're probably going to take Georgia's roster, right? They got better talent, more 5 stars, plug and play. But I'm riding with Josh Heupel in this football team. and they believe in themselves, they have that confidence, they have that it factor, they have that grit, that fight, that claw, they're going to go compete for 60 minutes on Saturday. Do they come away with the win? I hope so. Be right there pulling them on. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. I know that article kind of bounced around all over the place, but I love the end there. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Hit the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. And go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin Vols Network. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin Vols. We appreciate any and all support. Thank you to all the members. A lot of new members came in last night. Some of you guys joined the channel and were on the show within a matter of minutes. That's the way it works on Tuesday nights with a fan call-in show. But if you want to support the channel by becoming a member, hit that join button down below. It's as little as 99 cents a month or as much as $10 a month. The more members we get, the more content we can bring your way and hopefully do this thing full-time. More morning shows, all kinds of fun stuff. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.